Stone TV, joined by Ryan Finnerty. Ryan, it's been about a month since we last spoke now, and there's been a lot of progress for the club, both on the ice and off the ice. Some big results in December.
Yeah, obviously, we went through a bit of a bad patch there, and got a kick-started on the road with a couple big wins in Belfast, and then obviously following up in Guildford. And the guys have been playing better at home, and that last game was could have gone either way. I mean, you're playing a very strong Sheffield team. I think they're 9 or 10 games on the bounce. They've won and won handedly. And I thought, that game, you play that game over again. I think we could easily have come on top. So entertaining hockey. I think the team's playing really well. We're growing as a group, and I think Matt is doing a great job back there, and with Mikey Moe, and we're optimistic going into the second half.
So, the New Year's Day game, it was announced that Ubiquity have become the title partner for the club for the next 3 years, and it's a massive deal for the club, both in terms of its value, but also the wider implications of it. Can you shed any light onto more details on that?
Yeah, it's been one we've been talking with them since the summer. I think we took the opportunity, even when we created the jerseys, to put their logo above, with that expectation that we would close this deal, which is it's been a lot of work from, obviously very well, it's been a lot of work from a lot of different people, and it's a unique sponsorship in the way that we've structured it. We've used a lot of our partners and business partners in Canada. The guys are actually in Canada right now, and they're utilizing us kind of as a vehicle to break into that market, which is a genius play for them side, because when you walk into a Canadian market and you're a title sponsor of a professional hockey team, it's a pretty good introduction into business over there. And likewise, if it was football and for Canadians coming here, so we're lucky in the sense that they enjoyed their sponsorship the year before, and they have the ability to take that title sponsorship role. They're a fantastic organization, fantastic company, that are growing massively, and we kind of want to grow with them over the next, not 2-3 years, but 5-10 years.
And I suppose that's an indicator. The club obviously are in talks with a lot of businesses to come and join the organisation as partners, but actually showing some real power and reasoning behind why these deals exist. That it's not just a sponsorship; it is now a partnership. There is a mutually beneficial reason for them to be involved.
Yeah, I think so. I think for us, we have to be on the cutting edge of how we get where we get our money and how we and where we can find revenue streams. We're not blessed with a 10,000 seat stadium where bums on seats can float the club. We always, for us to continue to reinvest and put every penny that we make back into the team to improve the on-ice quality, to move up the standings, to be the organization we all want to be, mind you, with what we have to work with. We have to be on the forefront of how we do things and where we find different revenue streams. And obviously, our fans are fantastic, and we rely on them to show up, and we rely on them to spend money on our merch and buy the webcast, for if they can't come to a game, and everything that they've been doing and grow the game. They're our number one ambassador, but at the same time, we also have to be very, very proactive in how we do things, and where we look at not following what everybody else does, but like finding ways of leading from the front and finding different avenues and thinking outside the box, because we have to. It's just the reality. If for any sports organization to survive, they have to be innovative, and they have to be willing to learn and willing to take the time to see what other groups are doing, whether it's football or hockey in southern states, and just stuff, anything that can relate back here. And I think that's what we're trying to do right now, and that's a big part of my job is find those revenue streams to allow the on-ice team to have more success and more ability to compete.
So you mentioned there the fans turning up. They certainly did that on New Year's Day.
Yeah, I mean, you'd love to see the building full every night. It's an incredible sight, and it's a great sound. And the night was perfect. Apart from one more goal or two more goals, it would have been great to walk out, because I think the fans deserve to walk out with a win. But I think everybody had a great night, and we want to kick on now. We hope that for people, if that was their first or second game, that they come back and And the season ticket drive is so important for us. We want to close out the season. We want to make sure, like we're looking at different ways that we're doing the season tickets to make it potentially more affordable. And we want to make sure that our product matches our expectation from our fan base too. So it's an exciting time for the club. I think we're in a situation where we realize that we have the ability to be better than we are, and we trust that our fan base will be there, and our fan base will continue to grow, and our fan base are bought into what we're trying to do. I think that's the biggest thing. It's a business where everything goes back into the business. There's no corporation sitting in Isle of Man or in Delaware State. We are here just to put on a product for our fan base and to grow this in Manchester, and not for 1 or 2 years, but for 10, 20, 30 years, and provide a club that not only us but our kids can come and watch. And we recognize that it's not going to be easy, and times are always not even. Times aren't helping. It's going to be even more difficult, I think, in 2023. So we got to be aware and be on the forefront to make sure that we keep doing what we're doing here.
So this kind of season is at the midpoint now, and kicking on to the second half of the season, and I think that so far this season it's kind of been there's been a lot of stuff going on which we've now been able to announce that's kind of been going on in the background. And I think the message certainly at the start of the season was that this is a relatively young team that needs to be given a bit of time to grow and adjust, and I think we're starting to see the benefit of that. So what's the ambition going into part two?
Well, I think obviously the team wants to continue moving forward. I mean, obviously they want to win more than they lose. They want to provide entertaining hockey, and we want to be in that. We'd love to compete in that top part of the table. We got some way to go, and our goal is to not be looking at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 at catching us. We want to put some separation, and the schedule is it's tough. It was tough in December. It's going to be tough in January, and there is no easy games in this league. So I think on ice that's where we're at. Off the ice, we're going to look to support the club wherever we can. We're going to look to invest. We had a great night on New Year's Day, and if that's going to maybe give us the ability to potentially add and add more support. We know injuries happen. We want to make sure that our club is given the on ice guys the best chance for success. So we're open to adding players. The market is pretty tight and pretty dry. It's been like that since COVID, but there are if there are players that we recognize that could help this club, and even if it's just bodies ready to go, next man up mentality. I think we're prepared to do that, to invest to make sure that we're not playing shorthanded. I think that's from an off-ice standpoint, that's one thing that we've prided ourselves on, and when we took over, is that we wouldn't leave ourselves shorthanded. That we would always invest and go over budgets to make sure that we have the bodies, and we've done that in the past. And I think carrying in a second goalie this year, and if the team requires some more support, then we'll try to do our best to help them.
So finally, any messages for the fan base before we go?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's been a hell of a ride so far, and it's up and down, but stay positive and stay with us and keep supporting us. And like I said, for us, it's we've added so much. I think adding that screen, obviously we invested a lot of money into getting that screen, but I think it has proved that it's kind of changed the game. And anytime anybody that's working for people that want to bring their staff members, get in touch. We like corporate nights out. I think it's worked really well for us. Any kind of digital advertising, it's really cheap, and we brought that screen in to make it affordable for companies that want to see their brand up there. And again, reach out. We want to partner, and we want to get to know who you are and who your business is. And we think we're bullish in the fact that we think we're a great fun night out, family friendly night out. And I think the message is great when we're yelling it, but it's even better when our fan base are promoting us. And we want to grow that fan base. Our goal is to have a night like we saw in the first every night. That's still our goal. We still think it's achievable. But we rely, just like everybody, rely on our fans to spread the word, and any way they can support us, we're very, very appreciative.